The best tank in the game, but how should you build Super EZA TEQ Beerus' hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are talking about the Super EZA TEQ Beerus and trying to figure out what might be his best hidden potential. In this video, we're going to do things a little bit differently, right? Some of you guys have requested that I show my own hidden potential builds through these videos, so we'll actually do this as well when we go through talking about why we set things up for Beerus the way we did. So let's go ahead and let's start by taking a look at the dude's passive. So Beerus has key 3, attack and defense 160%. He has an additional attack and defense 160% plus a high chance of performing a critical hit when performing a super attack. He also has an additional defense 160% and guards all attacks when there's another movie bosses, Realm of Gods, or Exploding Rage category ally attacking in the same turn. He also has an additional attack and defense 40% with each attack received up to 160%. He also reduces damage received by 30% when HP is 30% or more, an additional damage reduction 30% or up 30% when 60% or more, and a great chance of launching an additional super attack when HP is 60% or less. He gives superclass allies key 2 and attack 30%, and extreme allies key 2 and defense 30%. He also enters rage when conditions are met, and conditions are basically below 60%. When he's in rage mode, he has attack 400%, key 1, and an additional 50% per key sphere obtained. He launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super attack when in rage. So the question with that is, well, given all that, what do you do? The answer seems obvious. He's a straight up defensive unit. So for my build, I personally went full additionals and I dumped the rest into crit. I didn't want to give him dodge, right? And the reason being is that he's a defensive unit like Blue Evolution Vegeta who needs to get hit to build up more of his defense, right? So dodge, obviously not going to be helping him a lot. What's going to help him is the additional supers, and that is mainly because of who his potential partners are, right? The main thing with Beerus is his links, right? Not only does he have only 6 links, those links are few and far between different units, right? So they're kind of hard to get all together, right? Like Connoisseur, he's only ever going to share this with other Beeruses and Whises. The Innocents, right? This is all like Boos and Gotankses, the Gammas, young, youth type characters. Shocking Speed, I mean, obviously this will be good on more Realm of Gods setups. He links with Prodigies, which is mostly Vegetas and Friezas, who you won't probably find on the same teams with him, except maybe like a Planetary Destruction type team, or Godly Power, which is all Realm of Gods. Like, none of the links are consistent between all of his teams, so you kind of want to make sure you are getting his hits and getting built up, because the less he gets hit, the worse off he's gonna be. So I went full additional for my Beerus. So if we flip on over here to the Dokkan hidden potential page here, we can kind of see that this does make the most sense given that he is a tech type, right? As a tech type, he typically wants to go critical hits, which would fully invested in him give him a 40% chance to crit, but we can see that he doesn't need that. What he does need is an additional attacks. So as a tech type, he can get a max of 15, as you see with mine, 24, because we invested the skill orbs. So, right, 15 gets him a 30%, 24 to 30, if you can get it all the way up, right, is going to get you another 60%. So, that is kind of what you want there, but you take what you can get. Obviously, skill orbs being as rare as they are now, do the best you can, but as long as you have some additionals in him, that's what's going to be best. He doesn't want dodge because he needs to get hit to built up, and in later parts of the fight, that is critically important. If he's missing dodges early on and then not getting built up later in the fights, like that could end up being a problem. Like an example would be like in Gogeta, the Gogeta Blue. If he misses a lot of his dodges, a lot of his hits in the early phases, by the time he gets to the final or STR or tech phase, he could potentially still take a lot of damage from those attacks and, God forbid, a super. So you want to make sure that he's not dodging. Critical hit is entirely useless on him. I mean, unless you want to give him that small extra chance to crit, but it's not that helpful. But it's better. I mean, in dumping what you have left into crit is probably better than dumping it into dodge, just simply because of his necessity to be hit. So additional super attack for this guy is probably the best way to go, and that is what I went with on my build. So guys, that is it for the video. That is how to build Super EZA TEQ Beerus. This is one of the more straightforward builds I've put together, and at the request of several of you guys, I decided to start showing my builds. As you guys know, I do post my builds in the Discord server under the channel. If you ever have specific questions about a hidden potential build, you want to see a screenshot, feel free, join the Discord and check it out. All you got to do is search up the character by name and they should come up within the Discord channel. It is it's very easy to track down the different potential builds, and sometimes if I have multiple of units, I will post multiple different builds. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, how did you build your EZA Beerus? Did you go with the additional route? Did you go the dodge route? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.